It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Bills and the Fins on Thursday night.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Josh Allen of the Bills, Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. And I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Miami. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had his share of detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From midfield, here's Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Gregory Rousseau. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, Sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And he finds Parker here, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Oh, good move. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find it?
To a hit, and the ball is out. Well, this has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance.
To a hit, and the ball is out. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on him.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Tua sets up to pass it. Here's Fuller with a catch. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller, 51 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Steps away to his left.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. A beautiful spin and room to run. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. 40 yards for Devin Singletary. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. Second quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Don't give him nothing.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Come on now.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, 30 yards, and the Bills have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field standing.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Bass on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Time on the
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out onto the field.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there for the Dolphins.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tua. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Going deep here for Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Tua. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the move to his left. Allen, nifty footwork. And a spin again. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Allen, nifty footwork. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Bills. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. McKenzie returning it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And all the way down to the 29. A big play here for Buffalo. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Moss will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Been there.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. Touchdown, Dolphins! Devontae Parker, 67 yards. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. First down and more for Allen. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big pick up there on the scramble. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen pushing his way through and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Let's do this.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Here's Allen. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jalen Phillips able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because, to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Another run with Gaskin. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, 3rd down here. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter. And a chance. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Fighting through it. He's got space. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play here for Buffalo.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by... I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score now.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills.
Take that.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down 35-31, 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
At the 23-yard line.
Clean it up, baby. Time.
To try again after the sack. Tua. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Bass on for the extra point. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Bills defense, they make their way back out there. They're just looking for one final stop here, put a capper on this affair.
Get this game over with. That's all they're talking about. It's that simple. Finish this thing off, and let's get to the locker room and celebrate.
Celebration, that's what they're hoping to do soon, but still a little work to do. Tua. He's got to complete to Waddle, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. Now Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Allen to throw. Buying time to his left. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll toss this right side to Singletary. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Dancing to his left. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.